Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I am sitting outside a Love's travel center station, whatever you want to call it, because I was not able to deliver my load yesterday. Like I said in my previous video, they ended up making me stay here until Monday. So yay! I don't know what this is. I think I bleached my shirt, so don't pay no attention to that. But so I wanted to get in on the topic of, hold on, because y'all, I hate that glare. But y'all, I wanted to get in on the topic of what I posted on my TikTok. For those of you who did not see my TikTok, it was literally me stating about my TTC journey and everything like that. And for those of you who don't know what a TTC journey is, it's trying to conceive journey. That's what TTC is. So if you see that reference anywhere, that's what that means, at least for the most part. Now if somebody using it for something else, then you may want to ask that person what they mean by that. But for the most part, it means trying to conceive. But for those of you, well, I'm pretty sure most of y'all don't know, so I'm just gonna go into like a whole backstory. In 2020, me and one of the people that I was in a relationship or whatever, me and her ended up deciding that we wanted to start trying for a baby. Okay, cool. One of my friends, well, at the time, me and him was working together. He decided that he was gonna ask, well, he wanted to be our donor, and since it was hard to find a donor anyways, I was like, yeah, sure, thanks, that's great, because it's easier having a donor in the same state and city that you're in, rather than trying to find a donor that's halfway across the country from you and stuff like that. Because I don't know if most of y'all know or not, trying to get donations off of like the cryo banks and stuff like that, the prices are at least like $800-900 or more than that, depending on the race and genetics and all types of stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, like, that's a good thing that you're able to do stuff like that, but it's still costly at the end of the day, because not a lot of us are able to like do it at home and naturally, because some of us have PCOS and a whole bunch of other things that goes into play when it comes to trying for a baby. I personally like having a known donor or somebody who's closer, at least that I can drive to, because it's easier for me. Now for anybody else, that's your own personal preference, and if you can do it, I say go ahead and do it. That's on you. But for the most part, when I was in 2020, he asked to be our donor because it had, like I said, it had been hard trying to find a donor. So when it came to that time, I was doing the ovulation test every day. I was testing twice a day. I was making sure my period was doing the things that it was supposed to be doing. And then it came that time where I was using the clear blue digital and the test strips, and I got my smiley face, my peak smiley face, for those of y'all who know what it is. And for those of y'all who don't know, on the clear blue digital, you pretty much take one of the tests, stick it in the digital test reader. I use the cup, so dip it in the cup, let it register, and then it's either gonna give you a blank face, a smiley face. I think it's like a flashy smiley face for when you getting close, and then it gives you a solid smiley face for when you're at your peak. So once we had got that, I think throughout the week anyways, we was getting like donations every other day. So I didn't use like one donation and then it just magically happened. No, it took like a lot of time and dedication doing all of that. But yeah, we did donations throughout that whole week process. As soon as I started getting my smileys, we got a donation every other day. So after that, we got our peak. We pretty much got a donation that day, and then after that, we stopped getting donations because at this point, it wasn't no point, because a specimen lives up in the body to at least, I think it's like 5 to 6 or 5 to 7 days or somewhere in between that area. Don't quote me on that. Do your own research. So a few weeks, I think the 2 weeks wait. For y'all who don't know, the 2 weeks wait is basically exactly what it sounds like. You wait 2 weeks and figure out if you're pregnant or not, because your period is technically supposed to start within after the 2 weeks, but everybody's period is different, so don't automatically think that, oh yeah, you know, your period's supposed to start within, like, after the 2 weeks. It don't necessarily happen like that. So y'all, like I said, do your own research. You know your own body, you know your period, you know all of that. So go based off of you and not off of somebody else or something else, unless you're taking medication and stuff for it, then that's a totally different situation. But after, I think I ain't wait my full 2 weeks. I don't never wait my full 2 weeks, y'all. I got a problem. By the time I was around like 8, 9 DPO, for those of you who don't know what DPO is days past ovulation. That's what it is. But by the time I was like 8 or 9 DPO, I was like, okay, you know, I can start testing now, because it may be a little something. So over the course of a few days, we tested, and eventually we did get out positive. I was not pregnant long. I'm not going to get into detail about that, but I did end up having a miscarriage. I did end up getting a spiritual reading. Y'all can take how y'all will with that. I am a spiritual person. You know, everybody's entitled to their own beliefs, and I'm a more spiritual person. So, you know, it is what it is. But I did end up getting a spiritual reading from a friend, and she told me that my baby that I lost was a little boy. And so yeah, that stuck with me for a long time. And she told me some other stuff, but I'm not going to tell y'all that because it's very personal and very emotional for me. So I'm not even going to bring that conversation up into this. But yeah, so that kind of took me out for about 3 months, because it's like getting something you wanted and having it ripped away from you without a care in the world. Like, it's very heartbreaking. Like, that's a different type of pain that, you know, you can't really describe unless, you know, the other person has went through it themselves, then they know how you feel. But yeah, so I took a break from trying, and kind of once I was back to myself and ready to try again, I did start trying. Clearly, as y'all can see, that has not worked. It's fine, you know, because I know I have PCOS, so I know it's gonna be a little harder for me to have a baby rather than most other people. So fast forward to now, I didn't end up taking a complete break from trying altogether, because it was needed, because trying to have a baby and it does not work is very draining and heartbreaking, and it really does messes with your mental. So I do recommend taking breaks in between trying, because y'all, it's really a drain in the process for those of y'all who don't know. But yeah, like, I don't know, it's like a whole process by itself. But I did find a few clinics out where I do reside at, and I'm planning on going there. I found a clinic that does hormone therapy, and like, I don't know exactly what they use, whether it's medicine or some type of whatever they use. But I am planning on going there to see if I can do the hormone therapy and then go from there, because trying to have a baby and going to the clinic to do it is really costly. Some insurance cover it and some don't. I believe my insurance does cover it, if I'm thinking correctly. I think so. But I am planning on calling to find out first, and then, like I said, I'm going to do this appointment first to save me some money. Because you can do the whole clinic process and everything, and there's still no guarantee that it'll work. So, well, it work on the first try. Sometimes it does for some people, and sometimes it don't. It really just depends on the person and everything else. So, you know, that's a lot of money lost when it doesn't work and you have to come back and try again. That's more money out of your pocket, especially if your insurance don't cover it or don't cover all of it, or whatever the case may be at the time. So y'all excuse the airplane. But yeah, it's a lot into it. At one point I did think about making a GoFundMe, but I was like, it really ain't no point if I'm really gonna take other options to have a kid rather than going straight to the clinic, because I do want to look for other outside options before I be like, yeah, let me go and take all these medicines and give myself shots every dang day just to have a kid, when there are so many people out here having babies naturally. And I know, you know, when it comes to being in the LGBTQAI or IA or whatever the case community, it is difficult for us to have kids rather than a straight couple. And, you know, of course that's understanding because we like our same genders, so, you know. But I am in the process of wanting to try again as of now. So y'all will be seeing videos and everything of that over the time once I get my appointments and stuff set up and everything of that nature. I will be posting videos about that and sharing my whole complete journey, and I mean all the raw and uncut and everything like that. So those videos will not be edited at all, because I'm not gonna want y'all to be like, oh well, she's skipping out on some stuff or anything like that. No, we're not gonna have that. We're just gonna be completely raw and uncut about everything and let it be known. Like, that's pretty much it though. But other than that, y'all, like I said, I keep y'all updated on everything, especially this journey alone, because I know this journey by itself is going to be really hard. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much all I wanted. Excuse all the noise in the background. Like I said, I'm at a truck stop, so y'all gonna hear the trucks going past and everything else. So don't pay no mind to that. But yeah. See y'all later, guys. I'm gonna be posting more videos as I go. Most of them more than likely not gonna be the TTC videos, but that's because I'm, you know, waiting on doctor's appointments and everything else. But until then, y'all, I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye.